Hello, you guys. It is Gigi coming to you with Invite the Light readings. I just want to check in with Justin. And a few of you, of course, asked me to read. And I know since you guys have been kind of worried as well, I'm gonna see if I can do a little bit of updating here. Like I mentioned in the reading from the other day, that he had shut himself off. He definitely has a lot of feelings for Selena Gomez, of course, and he was gonna have to take some time. Sorry, I'm putting like lotion on. He was gonna have to take some time to be able to sort through his feelings and everything. So the cards are reading the general energies at the time, very, very likely. So that is not his completed emotional state. Having come to conclusions, let's say, having decided what his next move is. It'll definitely be a little more definitive today. And since you guys have been really worried as well, I will do an update on Justin Bieber. And I decided to introduce my good old Spellcasters Tarot that I haven't used in a long time. So this is really good. Well, actually, maybe this represents something with him, but it'll come back out if it needs to. So I just want to clear the energy and ask what is going on with Justin Bieber right now. Where is he emotionally? What is he feeling? Excuse me. Okay. I definitely feel that he feels some level of defensiveness for some reason. It could be from the media. It could be from possibly from Haley as well. But I mostly think it's probably from the public. Wow, this is a really good card. The 10 of Cups came up. So maybe he has... This is interesting. Hold on one second, you guys. First of all, I don't know why this music is like playing in my ear. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get rid of that so I can focus. Okay. Guys, I feel like, I know you guys are not going to be happy, but I feel like so far, Justin's focus is actually focusing on his union with Haley right now. Either this represents him or her. It'll clarify because I'm probably going to end up like drilling down on all this stuff. Somebody, I feel like right now they're unified, he and her. There is this level of defensiveness. So I feel like he doesn't need to defend anything with her, of course, because he's the one kind of dealing with the love triangle and the long lost ex-girlfriend. So I feel like there's that. That also on the flip side, this could be that he's kind of feeling on defense because of his union with Selena in the past. Either way, I think he's going to continue to pray and manifest it. Whatever the case is, it seems he's a little more definitive than he's kind of ever been. It's a little bit combative. So let's see what the cards have to release further. What's going on with Justin? Nothing's really flying out here. Surprised about that. Woo. Oh, my Lord. So I don't know if you guys can see all of this. Let me try to move it over. And the glare is pretty bad. Pardon that. Yeah, I can... No, I don't think I can do anything about it, but make it worse. Okay, so basically I feel like this probably is an internal thing. I thought it was something external with Haley and him deciding to settle back down, but you know what? The cards are very ambiguous. This is why you need a lot of context with the cards. So based on these last two cards that I've chosen, or that have chosen to come forward, better yet, it looks like he still feels very trapped, and there's going to be some kind of leaving. He's figuring out a way to walk away somehow. This confuses me because I feel like they were together today, but that's all games sometimes. The way people are like, okay, look, we need to have the public not thinking anything bad, so let's show up and let's just live life like we regularly do. So let's see what's going on here. I do feel this terrible sense that he has a ton of emotion and passion and everything, and it feels like that's what's going on with him and Selena. I think he feels mentally on the defense with this relationship. I think he's not ready to let it go. That's with the context of these cards. At first I didn't know that, but now I see it. Hello, whoever came in. I'm just going to keep going in my flow, okay? So don't break the flow. Um but here I see he feels very trapped. He feels very trapped, I think, two ways. Obviously with his love and let's say unresolved things with Selena, which truly isn't unresolved because this is a divine partnership between him and Selena. So there's always going to be one, some karmic difficulty, and two, a connection that nobody can rival, no other woman can rival, you know? Um, and a lot of times, a woman who comes in who does try to rival it, she knows it, she feels it. She knows it because she knows she can never get this person's heart fully. She never can. There's always a part that she can't reach. And it always feels like labor, a little bit of labor. All right. So, there's definitely some combat going on here. I think he's totally just distraught. I feel like it feels like he's trying to see if he can get in touch with her, but I just feel like maybe somehow she's changed her phone number or something like that. Cause I feel like he's having a little bit of difficulty sort of getting in touch with her directly over this. Or that they're just in that there are a lot of people involved in the immediate area and with everything that's going on with her. This is interesting because I'm also seeing for her as well. There's something, okay. What I'm seeing is for Selena as well. I think this behavior that she's had going on or whatever, there's something there that hasn't been 100% necessarily fully healthy for her as well. And I feel like she's cornered. I feel like she has something cornered and she's on the defense. I don't know if they're like wanting her to do a procedure. They're definitely concerned, obviously, for her health. They're like, I feel like they're like, we don't want you to die. And this is not about income. This is not about anything. They're just surrounding her. And there's just a lot going on. What is this? Let me just complete this one round. Just know, you guys, come along for the ride. Take a deep breath in with me, because I know a lot of you are emotionally attached. Remember that the cards actually just read general. They read energy as per what it is right now. It can always change because sometimes people are in the middle of evaluating situations. A lot is going on. Things aren't 100% clear. So sometimes the energy sometimes the situations may change. Okay. I do feel at the end of the day that she is actually doing some healing, which is really, really good. What the fuck is this? I'm just looking. I'm like, who is this King of Swords? I'm gonna assume, there is definitely somebody who is sort of seemingly like kind of blocking communication as well. I do feel like behind the scenes that at the end of the day, Selena would like to speak with Justin. I have to drill down on that a little bit more, but I'm getting that. And I'm just getting the fact that people are like, no, we don't need you talking or communicating with anybody right now. Don't need you doing anything. And I feel like this is really destroyed Justin right now. Oh my God. So horrible. I feel like he's blocked from communicating with her, at least up till now. Or up until recent, or to boot, as they say. I feel like, up here he feels trapped because he's already in a situation where he's kind of like created a little bit of infrastructure with Haley, right? But there's this thing where he wants to return. He definitely wants to go back. It's not like a question. And I feel like he does not care. He's made like a decision and he may just actually break up with her. It's really, oh my God, it's like a whole bunch of cards are leaving. I didn't even see this Eight of Cups. Typically with this is kind of somebody returning as well, but with all these, these are rejection cards, leaving, this is definitely wanting to kind of sneak away, get out of a situation. Um, I feel like he just feels trapped. He might, I mean, just if I were looking at these cards and just basing it on this, I wouldn't be surprised if he just got up on a plane and left and then just kind of cleared his head, gave this relationship a chance for Haley to be used to him kind of not being around for a little bit. And then he would like go and try to figure out what he could do to communicate with Selena. He doesn't know if he'll be able to solidify a relationship. He doesn't know any of that. He just knows that he needs to have this connection with her. They have a connection even when they're apart. And her being sick, him not being able to talk to her, all of this is like, it has him like this. It's really, really, really messed up. There's definitely somebody in the middle of this kind of blocking this situation. Ooh, sorry. Okay, let me just go with what stayed here right now. I feel like, there's a little bit of insistence. He may be contacting. I don't know if this is the mom and if she's taking on some major male energy and is like, no, like 5-finger no. I don't know. Somebody is like blocking the communication, of course, but I feel like he's putting up a fight. They're both mirroring each other. She's like fighting to be able to receive communication and he's fighting to make communication, but he's being blocked. I feel like he's like, God, it's crazy. And I feel like he's like, with this Two of Wands here, again, I get some like twin flame-ish. I don't think they're twin flame, but divine partnership kind of mirroring each other here. And just kind of dealing with the same issue because it's very interesting. They're both trying to like contact each other and get in touch with each other. Give me 1 second here. This is a confusing. There's so much going on in this reading. I just think everybody's emotions are so over the place. I don't even know if the cards can even really give any true definitive answers. So that's why I say, guys, take this reading kind of with a grain of salt because understand how this man is feeling. He's not fully at a decision. There's so much upheaval and everything. So the cards kind of can't 100% predict, but they're just kind of telling you what's going on. And there is so much going on in here. It's crazy, but there are thoughts of leaving. There's this like, I need to see her. I need to see her. And, there's this thing like she's like, I need to connect with him. I need to, I want to hear from him. As a matter of fact, I think this would be like a nutrient to hear from him. Also, it could be that the family, they're all together and they're actually just blocking him. They're just making a seriously concerted effort not to let him have any contact with her. There's a hell of a lot of prayer involved in this, I think, on his end. But at the end of the day, it's like he does not know what to do. I don't know if he's going to go and show up at the hospital or what, or if he's just going to end up leaving Haley somehow. But there is some walking away. There is a lot of rejection here. There's deciding to go back to an old lover twice. So, I mean, there's just a hell of a lot going on here. Let me do this. Let me see what's going on here. Here's Justin feeling for Selena. His problem is, I think, since this landed over the situation where it seems he's being blocked out, is that he wants other people to let go of the control issues and let him communicate with her, So there's that. I do believe that he is like in combat, let's say, not really fighting, but just kind of calling back, calling, texting around, trying to get through. There's this retreat card, there's a separation card, there's this could be the one. There's getting to know each other, and there's new love again. Guys, I just healing family issues and engagement. I just don't really think that this situation with Haley is something that's possibly going to last. It's still a very big possibility that he'll end up with her, because if he doesn't get to communicate with Selena, let's say, this is speculation outside of the cards, okay? He doesn't get to communicate with Selena, and Haley, as we've seen on the card, she's like his oxygen tank, you know? Whatever her presence is at the moment, she kind of serves as respite for him. So if he cannot get in touch with Selena, the more he stays with Haley, obviously for moral support, for, you know, those type of things. But it's very interesting in his personal journey now, because there's a big fire building within inside of him. There's like this major struggle. I think he's being pressed down, you know, to change. It's a really tough time for him, but it's almost like his Saturn lesson. I don't know if you guys know much about that, but the planet of Saturn is the one that rules teaching the lessons, and the lessons are always taught in the harshest way, pretty much. And then they last for like 2.5 years before Saturn moves onto a new subject to beat you down over. So basically, there's something building inside of him, you know, like he gets this oxygen from Haley, but he's also, this thing with Selena is like shedding him. It's making him have more determination, self-determination, and really knowing deeply, more so I think than any other time, like a sense of identity, you know, like, whoa, I know I really care about this person, and I know other stuff doesn't matter. For the first time, I think, you know, he's getting like really pushed down really hard, but he may leave, I don't know, like he may really leave in a way that might not be that popular. He may decide to leave her, or somehow there's some kind of sneaking around, sneaking away going on. I don't see him meeting up with Selena though, honestly, but I guess that's really partially unclear this time. So let me go back to this. So retreat, separation, this could be the one. So we know that he's retreated. We know that there's a level of emotional separation away from Haley, even though I think I saw them today like together, but I think that's still a facade. Um, this could be the one, is definitely interesting. According to my reading the other day, though, this definitely is, to me, like leaning a little bit more towards Selena, although grounding a relationship, Justin Bieber and Selena, is very difficult because, like I said, there's a lot of karma involved, and usually those divine partners, soulmate stuff is usually, the love is very deep, but a lot of it is here for you to accelerate and develop as a person, being stimulated by the love of another person, just the way he is now, being stimulated to grow through not being able to contact her. And a lot of times it involves contracts with another person, such as Haley, who comes in and she's what they call sometimes a karmic partner. So for him to go through his little lessons and stuff like that, he's not going to go through it with the divine partner. He's going to go through it with kind of like somebody else, um, and sort of grow with somebody else. Because a smart man once said, once you're through growing with someone that you're just kind of not fully compatible with, you leave. So a lot of, I don't know if I'm actually, I don't think I'm making sense right now, but a lot of times that's how these hardcore divine partnerships come in, because they are here and in agreement to clear up a lot of karma, to get people accelerated into being their best. So there's a lot of heartache, a lot of separation. All right, so this could be the one. like I said, there's this tendency where he could get together with, he could stay with Haley for oxygen, or he can finally realize, you know, his relationship with Selena, depending on her timeline, depending on her health, depending on a whole bunch of factors. But he is not sure right now. So, you know, I think he's just kind of trying to figure it all out. But again, these cards, this healing family issues, I do feel that this is something that's very much so close to him. You know, her, close to the fact that they are family, you know. So I feel like there's some karmic stuff that he wants to clear out with, you know, with Selena, and this requires this time around for them to get to know each other a lot better and to show up in a form of new love. Okay, let me just see what else is going on. When I say new love, I mean showing up in a new way, going, you know what, before I didn't listen to you, really. I didn't really see your side. I'm going to try hard to see your side. I want to try hard to break down the barriers of, you know, I'm just going to work hard for us to really be able to maintain our friendship in a way that feels even and respectful, mutually respectful. Let's see what else is going on. I'm just going to leave this like freestyle open, and I want to see what the cards are going to tell me. Come on. Here's one. Again, there's the getting to know each other card. All right. This is the past life relationship card that Justin and Selena got in a very focused reading that I did the first time around. Yeah, with this flirt card, I feel like, you know, the universe is saying to really give this relationship with Selena a chance. Wow. And that you deserve love. Now, some of you might say, "Oh, well, give your relationship a chance." I mean, that could just be with Haley. I don't think so, because of the context of the cards, and because I know the past life relationship card came up when I did a very focused reading on Selena and Justin. A lot of their problems in the past was that, I mean, they know each other and stuff like that, but not really knowing how to gel, getting to know each other enough, how to really be able to ground the relationship so it's something more long term. Now, by them saying you need to flirt, also, you know, it's kind of like, go ahead and go out there. You know, it's almost like it's saying go after what you need to go after with Selena. Wow. And it's saying you deserve love, which also to me is indicating that what he has with Haley, you know, is just respite. It's not to be disrespectful to Haley, but I feel like she knows this, you know, and I feel like, you know, there's definitely, look, as I'm talking about it, unrequited love, you know, I think he's realizing even more so. Like, I don't feel that Haley, is stimulated enough to hold down a Bieber who's going to be constantly evolving. You know, she's just kind of like, all right, well, you're upset now, so okay. And I don't want to say that she doesn't have anything. Of course, I don't know these people, but I'm just telling you the energies I get, the energy, just when you kind of look at them together, you know, it's just kind of like there's this real, you know, it's not as progressive, you know, and I just know that once he is used to the warmth of her arms around him, and he doesn't need that anymore because he's gotten his nutrients. Like, does she have any more to give, like, to make the relation, is there any more gas for the relationship to run on? And my answer, I don't think is, my answer is no, based on this. So this is the dominant thing that comes up. I don't know if you guys can see it. Again, the past life relationship card came up. Let's just do one more round of this with Justin. And then I'm going to do, I'm going to do a card for Justin. I'm going to do a card for all three. So, oh, I don't like that. Forgiving and learning. I'm just going to go ahead and take that one. Worth waiting for. That's another one. If you're asking how and why I'm choosing these cards, I'm going off the energetic hits. All right. So this is good. And hold on. So what I want is, give me 1 second here just to recalibrate here, because I want to bring this back into focus. I want to try to get the most concise cards possible. What represents Justin's energy right now? Children. Okay. Okay. Justin's attitude towards Selena. Let go of control issues. And Justin's attitude toward Haley. Religious factors. Again, so what's very interesting is when I did the first reading, you guys, the other night, you can go back and watch that other reading because it's quite detailed on his relationship with Haley. This is before the hospitalization incident and his situation with Selena. So you can do that. Now, having said that, this card, like I said, the past life card came up for Selena. The children card initially came up too. But what I think is, again, this represents friendship and fellowship. I don't know with which one of them at this point. I just feel like since it landed near the past life relationship card, this represents lifelong friendship as well in this context. Letting go of control issues, again, that came up about 10 to 15 minutes ago. This is what I believe he would like the powers that be who are watching over Selena to let go so that he can actually contact her. And then his attitude toward Haley, this card came up the other day as well to describe their marriage, that there is a number of religious factors. Okay, so what I thought as far as the religious factors were concerned is that they had to either get married in order to consummate or to get married in order to be able to continue to hang around each other so much, and that there was a little bit of pressure from the family. There's definitely this calling in your soulmate and freeing yourself. I definitely feel like he's like that unicorn, you know? This is the way, I mean, without reading any cards or needing any cards or anything like that, this is basically the way he's always felt, like that cherished unicorn who's also untouchable, who's like, trapped so much because people don't value him. They value what how he shows up, let's say, how he shows up in the world as this really famous pop star with a cute face and all this. But they don't value who he really is. They don't really see him. And this is the root of all of the problems that he's having. So there's this calling from the universe telling him that he needs to free himself. That's freeing himself emotionally. That's freeing himself inside his individuality and also just from this relationship. Figure out how he's going to get out of that. Calling in your soulmate. Obviously, we know who that is based on the reading and the readings that I've done in the past. All right, so let's see. Haley, where is she in this? Where is Haley in this? All right, this card popped. Heart-to-heart conversations. I'm going to pull 3 cards on her because I really want to be kind and careful to the situation. I also want to be kind and careful to you guys who are like really worried about all these people because, again, like I said, a lot of this energy here in this reading could change. He could end up with Haley. You know, he could end up saying, you know what, I love Selena, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with Haley because this is what I have in front of me. He hasn't fully made a decision yet, for those of you who have just come into the room. So the cards are only reading the basic, what's going on today. He's in the middle of all this stuff. He's in the middle of sorting through these things. So it's not like he's like, okay, this happened, so this and this. It's like, this is going on, this is going on. I've got this emotional issue, this one. Then there's this obligation over here, and it's very emotional. There's so much stuff. And then there's the public. There's us and the media. But this is where Haley's coming from. And as you can see, like, it totally looks like what it would be. He's cold, he's distant, and she's like Hello, hello. Hi, love you, adore you. Then he's like trapped up against a tree. So it's like he's again a little bit cornered. Let your friends help you. So I don't know if she's kind of enlisting friends. I feel like from the other readings that she kind of used her family a little bit indirectly to kind of corner him in or corral him in, let's say, because she has her father. I don't know how many siblings she has or whatever, but I just see all the time with her, like this 10 of Pentacles comes up. So I feel like her family is like a community, so it's easy for him to feel drawn in and feel accepted in that community, which would made it a lot easier for her to lasso him in. And I am saying lassoed him in because I'm looking at these cards and I know I'm looking at Haley, how Haley shows up. And she's been in defensive mode and trying to keep him. So she kind of knows. She's been looking on social media. That's how she shows up. She's been kind of, if she can get into his phone, she would do stuff like that. She's trying to make sure that she can hold on to him, because she can't reach him 100%. So, and then there's this past life relationship she can't contend with. So let me see what else is going on here. It's safe for you to love. I don't know who that's for. Let me ask. Can I get a few cards to please clarify this? It's safe for you to love, please. As I would say, the cards sometimes too, they just want to kind of get out their own messages. Like I could be asking about Haley, but they're like, no. We want to talk about Justin. That's the predominant energy here. It's safe for him to love. It's safe for him to allow people out of an inauthentic relationship and not waste their time, and then go and follow this other situation and honor himself and his true feelings and follow that to the end of the line, even if it doesn't solidify into a relationship. Calling in your soulmate, heart-to-heart conversations again, healing family issues again, release your ex, and playfulness. Well, it seems like kind of the same information over again, so I'm going to actually let me just take a look and check in with you guys. Yeah, I totally agree. It's not saying that Selena's family is wrong in keeping him away or anything like that. I mean, mind you, he may not fully know what her medical condition is. I mean, he may not know. So, I mean, there could be really strong reasons why he's not being able to get through to her. And so I pulled the truth bomb, and it says the truth always creates an opening. Is that right? Yeah. The truth always creates an opening. Okay. Let me see what the truth is regarding. I usually never shuffle these because there's so many of them. Hold on one second. All right, never mind. So this one is for Haley. The universe only trades up. And this one would be for Selena. Determination is so beautiful, but I feel like that's actually speaking to Justin again, because his energy is the most predominant. Now, Justin's truth bomb on what he should do about Haley. Recalibrate what you're willing to compromise on. Okay, what Haley should do. Having high standards works wonders. So this is under her card again. The universe only trades up. Having high standards works wonders. To me, it just sounds like, you need to get somebody who really is going to love you for you. You deserve that. That's my opinion. And now, hold on. All right. So it's like Selena here is determination is so beautiful there. It says, let your joy rise to the surface. You're never obligated to a dream or a belief. That's still Selena. So much is a cry for love. Okay, so clearly she needs to speak her truth. Really, I think her family has been maybe a little bit too much. You know, I'm not just going off these cards, but off of all the information plus this. Her family has been a little bit too involved in this um, as well. So, as far as Justin is concerned, like him being able to show up, to be able to hold up his end of the relationship as well, he'll need to be recalibrating. He'll need to be refocusing. Everybody needs to recalibrate. It's not like he's really alone in this, but there are some general things that he needs to work on in order to personally stabilize so that he can stabilize in a relationship with her, because I feel like she is a little more developed than him. Where she has gone wrong is I feel like she's probably been very, very used to the family culture of them having a really big hand in handling the decisions around her life and her career. Everything is basically her career, her brand. So, what we saw before in the cards about 20 minutes ago now, where I said it looked like she was being surrounded and pressured by her family to do something, and she's really very defensive right now. It feels like it's backed up by this when they're saying determination is so beautiful. So it seems like they're saying to stand your ground, to fight for what you really want. Just stand your ground. Let your joy rise to the surface, to speak your truth about who you want to speak to, how you want to speak to, and take power in how that person's going to show up in your life. That's what they seem to be telling Selena here. So much is a cry for love. So there's definitely a lot going on. I feel like there's been communication between this Selena and Justin on a dream state level, on a telepathic level, even just, that type of thing. And you're never obligated to a dream or a belief. Obligation, the way other people see your brand going, your career going, how who you need to be with and who you don't need to be with. It's a lot. And as far as Haley is concerned, it says the universe only trades up. So it's just kind of like, you know what? This dude's not for you. We can get you somebody better who's going to be into you a lot more, able to respect you for you, not just need you as an oxygen tank, because that's a little bit parasitic energy. I'm not calling him a parasite, but I'm calling him a dependent with her. And by him being dependent, he becomes even weaker. Having high standards works wonders. So, I mean, her standards need to go up as well. You're not just marrying a pretty face and attaining that unicorn, like the unicorn is beautiful and all of that, but the unicorn really belongs elsewhere. Anyway, so let's go here. Having said all of that, what is going on with Selena? I feel like I haven't got much on that. Selena, what is going on with Selena Gomez, please? I definitely feel like she's resting and reflecting for sure. I think this is a time for not only her to reflect, but her family's reflecting, I think, on her brand, on, her assets as well. It's a little bit strange. That's actually scaring me that somebody could be possibly looking at her assets, because it kind of scares me about her health. But I think that she is really like nurturing and taking care of herself. But she's beginning to look at what I think, reevaluate and look at what she wants in her career, how she wants it to go, and the difference between work-life balance. There's something there. She's thinking. What else is going on with Selena, please? You guys are hanging tough in here. Oh, guys, by the way, if you are enjoying the video, if you think you're getting something out of it, please do me a favor and hit the like button. It really helps my algorithm status on YouTube. Okay, so I would appreciate you guys returning the favor by hitting the like button for me. Okay, thank you guys. And let's see. Whatever the case is going on, I feel like this is a major development for the both of them. Yeah, major spiritual development. Um, there is this thing where I feel like she is pondering possibly like, what do I want? Does this career really serve me? You know, this template that I've been in as this Disney person, you know, or whatever, is it really serving me? How can I revamp myself? I feel like sometimes she just kind of wants to walk away and leave it behind. Um, but this is a very slow level of thinking. I think that she wouldn't act upon. She would take forever to act upon, according to these cards. Let me just take a look at what else is going on here. Let's see. I do feel like she may be getting a little bit, you know, it's starting that she may be getting a little bit more respect from her family. I get this thing that they kind of don't listen to what she truly needs or truly wants. It's just what's best. What's best for the career? What's best for you? What's best for the brand? And I don't think that it's any harm, but I think it's just rote, you know, because they've been doing that for years. So it's like, you know, and they forget that this is a human being, you know. And I don't want to say that because I don't know these people, you know, but there's this sort of unconscious energy and this treatment of putting the brand before her. What's best for you, and you need to do this because of this. For always having this success thing in the front is almost kind of treating her just a little bit like a robot. I feel like, you know, it may be slowly but surely her mom is trying to start to look at her in a different light, more as, I don't want to say more as a person, but I can't think of anything better to say right now. So I'm just going to leave it there and let you guys kind of energetically get what I'm talking about. The Seven of Pentacles here, I do feel her mom is actually kind of taking care for her a bit right now. But I do think that she definitely does need rest. She definitely is taking rest, but there is this whole thing about wanting to leave. She may leave the hospital in the middle of the night. I'm not exactly sure. Um, she may also spend like quite a bit of time in the hospital or rehab or whatever it is. She may really be in there for a little bit of a while. But I think that this particular instance is going to be something that she takes her time. I'm sorry, not she takes her time, but something that she actually heals finally. There's something in this, there's this emotional piece that does affect her health that she's going to sort of spiritually be able to reevaluate. There's some confusion in it right now. It's sort of subconscious and she's trying to put her finger on it. I feel it's the cycles that was affecting her and tripping her up a little bit on this one piece that also affects her health. She's going to be able to kind of transfer that out. But there is a lot of rest and respite. I think the both of them are going to be worn out, both Justin and Selena. I really hope she's going to be okay because there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's just a lot. Oh my God. I think Justin is going to persist and get his messages through. He's trying. Oh, it's so tough to read for these two. It's really so tough. Whew, oh my God, it's really tough. He may be able to get a quick message through. I don't know if he pays somebody to do it, slip her a note or something like that, or get something through a friend or something indirectly, but he's going to keep trying. But he is worn out. I do believe that he is mentally consumed with this. I do believe there's no other real option. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced a partnership necessarily like that, where it's just no option, where you are just, this is it. This is what you wake up with. This is what you go to bed with the last point in time. So let's look at what's going forward. What is the primary thing on Selena's mind right now? If Selena, you'd be dear enough to let us know. It's definitely deep upset, you know. I won't go any deeper on this for the sake of privacy, but there's definitely a level of being distraught there. This could also represent Justin as well, with this King of Wands showing up. Justin is like a water sign, but he's showing up here as like a fire sign, and both of them are kind of showing up with this passion and male energy, and just this, it's just pure passion. Like this card is the first of any kind of initiation, let's say, and it starts with that passion and forward, you know, like it's just pure feeling, pure inkling. um it's the first thing that happens. It's just pure and true. So there's this passion there, wanting to speak. You know, there's all these people in the way, and it's just really, I think it's a bit upsetting. This is whatever, they are both so distraught. It's horrible. I don't think he's able to sleep. I don't think she's sleeping. I think there's deep regret for however he has handled stuff in the past. Whatever he's done, it feels like there's some regret there. Um, it's just absolutely horrible, and I think that we all really, really need. I'm gonna leave this this reading with all of us here. If you guys don't mind hanging around till the end, I think I'm gonna put about 10 to 12 more minutes into this, and then I would like us to do like sending a group healing energy. So I'd love it if you guys hang around, because these two seem like they really freaking need it, like desperately. They need our help. All right, let me take a look at this. There's 3 people here, and there's like the other woman here. There's a fire sign here. Now, either one of these could represent Haley. I think Haley, somebody said Haley's a Sagittarius or something like that. So this does represent a fire sign. Doesn't necessarily mean that it truly does represent Haley, but there are definitely 3 people here. There's a third woman here, and it's in between these 2 fire signs. So either one of those women are in between the other in one form or another. So we know the story there. I feel like with this regret card here, you know, there are a couple of things. One, on Justin's side, he had so much with Selena. I think, you know, not only just love wise, but also business wise, and their general synchronicities together, you know, and how much he felt much more in power, I think, with her than this Haley, who's like, to me, has a lot of enabling energy. Although she may say, "Oh, you know, come on, why don't we go to church?" But I mean, I just really feel like there's not really much there. There is, under this King of Wands, also this really big feeling, along with the passion that I said, this really big feeling, and along with that other card that I said, there's this huge level of emotional passion, and desire, and it's not sexual, you know, it's just this demand of the heart, you know, and it's very authentic for him to be in touch with this woman, Selena. There's a love offer here. I don't care if he's like, you know what, let's just start in a form of friendship, you know, because he does very much so value her. He very much so values her, and I feel like he's able to see the actual effect. I think he's kind of beginning to look at this and go, my God, you know, I had a great person who showed up for me, and I was just so in my feelings, you know, or whatever, you know, whatever stuff Justin was going on with him when they were together and on back. I feel like he's like, some of that stuff just didn't even matter. I actually had the person who really, really gave me what I needed. And I feel like thanks to Haley, he's able to actually realize that. Thanks to Haley and this unfortunate situation with Selena. But no matter what, Selena will always be between these two. She will always be the other woman. There's this marriage here with this Hierophant. There's this whole religious pressure thing. Let me see if I can. And there's this level of defense here. So on Haley's side as well, I feel like she is defending the fact to hold on to this relationship, obviously, but she definitely does feel like the two of them, with these two cards together, that there's an emotional disconnect for sure. Like she kind of can't reach him. Here she is again. This is the card that I tell you guys represents her a lot, which is the Page of Swords. It's definitely somebody who's on the defense. How you need to keep a relationship is coming from a defensive point. It's not going to work. This woman is always going to be in between you and the man that you're currently with, Haley. Okay. His mind, his heart is really, truly somewhere else. You're a nice girl. You provide oxygen for him. But, you know, save yourself some years would be save yourself 10 or 15 wasted years of happiness, or at least 6 to 10 years, or 3 to 10 years. Let me put it like that. 3 to 9 years. Sorry. I know. This is going crazy right now. 3 to 9 years of happiness with this man, you know, trying to hold on to him being in this kind of energy, you know, checking his phone, kind of cornering him, using the family to kind of keep him in this community. He feels he kind of can't get out. And then there's a baby, and then there's another baby, but you still never can reach him. And the whole freaking thing is always like work. Instead of, you can't fight against a divine connection. And even so, even if she didn't exist, this girl she's just not enough for what this man is. She's not enough. And it doesn't mean that she isn't enough in general for somebody else and that she isn't lovely in her own right. I'm sure that she is, clearly, but she is not going to be able to be at that height where once he heals, and his healing is going on now, it's going to go on the next couple of years, especially with Saturn and Capricorn. Saturn's really pushing down hard on all of us, and getting rid of a lot of inauthentic stuff and traumas and all this. When he starts healing from all of that stuff, he's going to be wanting to go way big, and she's just not on the same level. Sorry. It's not like a diss, but it's just like a truth. All right, so let me just take a look at these other cards. I'm sorry, I'm not being able to keep these cards neat. Let me just try to organize. I'm sorry, you guys, excuse me. We have the Eight of Pentacles here. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. There's just a lot of confusion here. There's this realization that things were really good in the past. And there's this realization, I think, of the potential. And had we just sort of applied ourselves, things would have been amazing. Even when things kind of weren't fully 100% amazing, look at what we've created together. And, you know, it's just like right now, well, how do I even get back to that? How do I even start? But I think a friend's coming in for Justin to give some advice, or some kind of divine providence. There's something coming in for him, but there's still going to be some conflicts. They're going to be his own demons. They're going to be mental conflicts, but I think they're just going to be conflicts in being able to get to Selena. It's very hard to read for her. I'm going to try to focus again. How long have we been going? Oh, almost an hour. God. So I feel like this card here is showing that I feel like he doesn't feel too productive. I don't think he feels a level of worthiness, although he definitely has passion for her, wants to be with her. I think he just really feels like, you know, there's a lot of work that has to be done. There's this marriage, there's this living with this other girl. I mean, I don't know. you know, and then there's the court. So I don't know if there's a divorce coming up, an annulment coming up or something. Let me just ask what this justice card is, because justice sometimes can represent a marriage too, but a lot of times, more so heavy-handed readers tend to read it as divorce proceedings. But let's see, because there aren't any real negative cards around here. Justin is isolating, even though, this hermit card came up for him yesterday or day before as well, but he's really not emotionally available. He's there. What she has, again, is the body, but she does not have the soul, and she does not have the heart. She has some admiration. She has the warm body. But again, it's like I said, that unicorn that's behind the fence. And if that's enough for you, Haley, then okay. Here's Haley again. This always comes up as Haley from the beginning. She's gonna try to do what she needs to do to hold on to this relationship, but it's a lot of sneaking, kind of, checking on this and checking on that, and kind of cornering him and making sure she's attached to him at the hip. That's probably why they're like so. They're kind of like, to me, that energy where the mushroom is growing on the side of the tree. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but there's just something in how close they are. And there's nothing wrong with being close. But sometimes you can look at people and see that unhealthy closeness. And for him, I think for Justin, sure, maybe that would last a year. Maybe that would last 6 months to 2 years. But after that, what else is there? So, I mean, she's on defensive mode, spying and looking. I mean, but I think she senses as well, there is some kind of offer. There's an offer. There's him coming forward. Let me try to see what this is. What is this? Wow. I just saw the Judgment card wanting to come up. I feel like there's a real realization. Of course, the cards are like, I already know this is a love offer, but they put the Two of Cups there, which is a relationship. All right, what's going on with Bieber and Haley? Let me just ask that, because the cards are just like... I feel like he's trying to make a decision. I feel like he's kind of like looking at the front door. He doesn't know when his moment is with her. He doesn't know how to necessarily handle that, but he is very definitive on his emotions. He also wants to be careful about how this shows up in the public. He may continue to put on this facade with her over here. He's super disappointed, like, in this relationship. It's just not enough. Like, he's brooding, he's remorseful from the past. This is what this card is, being remorseful. And also, this is great disappointment when somebody misses that bar, you know what I mean? That's what, in his current relationship, he shouldn't be experiencing that if he were truly happy, This is some love offer for a relationship. Obviously, he doesn't need to do that with Haley if he's already with her. And she is more than willing to be with him. Okay, so let's see. I feel like, yeah, in person and in private, he's doing a lot of prayer, trying to manifest something. But what the heck is this Judgment card? What are you telling me? Not judgment, justice card. What are you telling me? You guys are hanging tight here. Loving it. Do me a favor and hit the like button if you've been listening for more than 10 minutes. I feel like this has been compelling enough. It's definitely helps me and my algorithms on YouTube. So thank you very much. All right, again, it's like, I feel like he's waiting. I want to say typically somebody's usually waiting for some kind of information or something to come in. Could be waiting for his prayers to be answered or something like that. He may have sent a request off to somebody for some information, but I just kind of don't feel like he's that shrewd. I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but I don't think at this point in time. But again, there's these... Okay. All right. I see what this is. He keeps sending off messages and he's waiting, he's vigilant about what's going on with Selena. He's sending messages, he's trying to talk to people. He can't get through. He may have had an argument or two as well, but he's going to stand solid ground there. This card kept coming up. I didn't get it before, but now reading the whole picture and everything and knowing that this actually represents him, his heart is definitely over there, and he just ain't going nowhere. It ain't changing anytime soon. So what's going to happen with him and Haley going forward? Let's ask that again. Based on the energies over this week, what's going to happen with him and Haley going forward? He's showing up as the King of Wands. I just want to keep looking at this to make sure I'm not giving out any. I'm giving out super accurate information here. I think there's still some time to beat out with Haley. Sorry to say it in that way. It's just the more time he spends with her, is indicated by this card right now, based on his feelings of today, the more dissatisfying this will be in the wake of that other situation, because he has such a strong foundation with Selena. Hold on one second. You may see him like go away with Haley or whatever. You may see him like take a trip with her. But I feel like he is destroyed. Like right now. He is destroyed. And I mean, the fact that he cannot get in touch with this woman, I think, is really, I think I think this actually is showing up as the family being very defensive, and they expected this. They expected him to come forward. They knew, and they were like ready. They're like, okay, Justin's going to come in. Let's kind of see if we can shut off Selena's phone and, shut the voicemail down and disconnect the text messages. And we'll just tell her we don't want her to be disturbed with anything. So they've kind of got her caged in, but they kind of, to me, they already knew what was coming forward, and prepared for that. And he is destroyed. He doesn't know what to do. He's all over the place. I feel really bad. Like, I don't know, where the hell is this guy? He doesn't have any stability, like a stable force, you know? I feel like he's like totally on his own. I never see like any family support system or anything. There is this King of Cups here over him, but I just feel like if this is a family member, I feel wishy-washy energy here. So self-involved energy, and only in, like fickle, one moment on, one moment off. If this is him, definitely he is like super emotional about this. He's dealing with feelings of deep love and realizing this. I think he's realizing the depth of his love even more so, and the importance of prioritizing this love. But I mean, the only thing he's got is Haley, so I think he's definitely going to be hanging around with Haley for, maybe a couple months more. Right now she's his, she's his CPR. Like, look how Justin looks. This card came up for him again. This is how Justin, and she, like he can't get rid of her now, unfortunately. I'm just saying, like, there's no way. This is his what are they called? Life support. It's like he's on an oxygen tank. And so I do see him. We probably will see them traveling together over the next couple of weeks. I think he's going to stay around with her a little longer. I think this relationship is going to persist for a while he tries to find himself. But the problem um, is A, he's not going to let her in. She cannot reach him 100%. Like I said, she's got the warm body. She's got that. So, I mean, once she starts realizing even more so that she's not okay after a while, she's not going to be okay with just hopping up and down on this man, with this, oh my God, Justin Bieber, and I get to sleep with him. There is that level of that. I'm not trying to be funny, but there is that level of that. Like, as soon as she gets over her own groupieism, um, it's gonna start to bother her that she can't reach this man. It's gonna become clear. Your heart actually, the reason why I can't reach your heart, because it's actually not even here. It's over there. Oh man. All right. So the more time, I do see him spending more time with her, in my opinion. I do see, even though you guys can look at these cards here. You see this person wanting to walk off, sneak off. This is typically a card where you're walking away from something, that you've spent some investment and time in. But in this particular deck, it's more like sneaking off a bit in the night and wanting to get away and wanting to take something at the same time. So I feel like at the same time, of course, he's going to be able to utilize the fact that she is a support system. He knows it's not a sustainable one. He knows that it's one-dimensional. I think he's realizing that more so than ever. There's this refusal where she will never be able to get to him. On the surface, what we will see is them going out together and them probably traveling together, but it is a big burden for him. How I think this is going to end is the fact that this relationship, the more he partakes in this with her, is actually now being really, whereas before, sorry, that's not to cut through my thought and annoy you guys. Whereas before it was like, okay, I'm starting my life over. I'm forgetting about this other person. Now it's like, whoa, wait a minute. This person's life, this person that I truly love, her life is in danger. Her health is in danger. I know how she's sensitive to this, sensitive to that, or whatever, like he knows certain things about her and she probably needs me and all this. And now his original purpose has gone up and evaporated, whereas, okay, I'm with Haley. This girl is nice enough. She's giving me that. She does comfort me. She hears me, and this is the way I'm going to restart my life. But now this whole new thing has come in, and now it's put into perspective that actually this relationship is a burden now. It's a burden, She's trying to get in, but she's going to notice month after month she can't reach him, There's smiles, there's love, there's affection, and there's respect. But at the end of the day, I'm going to say he's going to be very bored and unfulfilled. The more that he carries on with this, and it's just going to, that's how I think this is going to fizzle out. Let's see, finally. Thank you guys for hanging around. I'm going to wrap this up in another minute or so. And so, yeah, there's just this Knight of Cups coming forward. There's some kind of offer. Let me just make sure, what is Justin going to do about Haley? I just want to make sure that all of a sudden he's not going to, that's a new love offer or something like that. I just want to make sure that all of a sudden he's not going to come out and, there's kind of this card wanting to come forward. Give me a second, you guys. Hello to the new people who have come in the room. Thank you very much for showing up. If you've been watching my video for more than 10 minutes and you feel like it's compelling enough, please do me the favor of hitting the like button. It really does help me. It helps YouTube to know that the video is actually of interest, and it actually brings more people who are concerned about this situation to this video, and it does help me. So please do hit the like button. Thank you very much. All right, let's see what's going on here. Thank you, guys. Let me see what's going on here. And then what I want to ask you guys too, as we're beginning to wind this down, is that can I invite you guys to all just kind of take a deep breath in with me and exhale out your own day, your own issues, your own energetic interactions, and any kind of stress or any kind of noise, let's say, because we want to begin to get clear. Because what I'm going to do is we're going to do some kind of closing light ceremony. We're going to send Justin some healing and support. We're going to send Selena some healing for her condition, as well as some solace and clarity for her and her family. And then we're gonna send Haley a little bit of help too. All right, so let's see what Justin's gonna do about Haley. I mean, basically, guys, with this Two of Swords here, I mean, there's like some pressure from him, from her. I don't feel like it's the kind where it's super confrontational, even though that's typically what this card represents. It's like somebody coming at you, but you know, you're above it. You got it under control, but it's a lot of work to stave it off. She's a bit of a handful in a different way. He's kind of got it under control, like I said, but he's really just shut himself down. It's like I said, you know, this is the Two of Swords. Usually it's a card like this where somebody's kind of holding two swords and you are blocked out. It's like he's blocked her out. I don't think he's making himself clear. I think he's very emotional and stuff like that. And right now she may be confusing that for feeling that she's included in his life. But at the end of the day, there's real confusion that he is working through, obviously. And, you know, he's also mourning in silence. You know, definitely. You know, I think he'll be happy once he's able to know that either a message or something, some form of communication comes in. Communication. That's what he wants. Again, here we go with the Five of Swords. I feel like the actions of the mother or whomever is like blocking him out, not allowing him to really speak or really truly know what's going on with her. It's like, okay, she's succeeding in keeping him out, but she's not going to succeed in stopping the connection, and she's not going to succeed in I feel like somebody's going to sneak him in, or some way, somehow, there's some way he's going to figure this out. And if he doesn't do it physically, then in his dreams, these two will be talking. I believe there will be messages coming forward, a lot of communication, which is really good. There's some information coming forward. Let's see what kind of information it is. It's like, I never stay on subject here because there's so much stuff going on in this reading. But I don't want to make the video like an hour and a half, which it probably will end up being, because otherwise people probably don't want to freaking watch it. Like, hour and a half, I'm not clicking on that crap. I mean, I'll wish them well, but damn. Okay. Okay, I feel like somebody's going to decide, or some way, there's just going to be a lot of cutting through the confusion between the two of them, Selena and Justin, and there's going to be very big communication. But what's going to be made clear as well is that there's an obligation in this relationship. And can I ask you guys, actually, is he not married with this woman? Because I thought I remember, not that I follow you young people, but like that, but I thought I remember seeing that they said the marriage is valid and it was done at the Justice of the Peace or whatever, the county clerk's office or whatever it is. Can somebody just tell me that really quickly? Because then I saw some other people saying he's not really married online. I'm like, what? I'm quite sure he is. Oh, it hasn't been validated. Who's screaming? They aren't married! Who's screaming that? This is why I'm being so careful with this, and this is why I'm telling you guys as you come in here, you take this information very lightly because this is an emotional time for everybody and the decisions aren't concrete. So, therefore, some of the information from the cards could change. So, you guys just take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt. Oh, okay. Oh, Haley confirmed. Somebody, Ariana, is that you? Sorry, I'm having a little trouble reading. But can you just tell me a little bit more on how and when Haley said that they aren't married? So if they aren't married, did they? You're just saying it's not official. Did they just sit around and go, "I promise myself to you. Here's a ring. I promise someday we'll get married." They probably aren't married. These two. All right. Thank you for coming into the chat room. We kind of are trying to wrap it up. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon because I just get curious and more curious about what's going on here because I want to bring you guys as much accuracy as possible. Um, if there is no marriage and it does kind of look like it based just on these two cards, I just feel like he is blocking her out. How does he see her really quickly? How does he see Haley, please? I do think he sees her as somebody that he can make a foundation with really quickly. Actually, I see him as having like a pretty good connection with her, unless the cards are like just saying we don't want to talk about her because they do that too sometimes. Um, we're just gonna give you the dominant energy, which dominant energy is really him and Selena. So I'm gonna say one part um, that he feels like he's been able to find like a really strong sense of comfort with her, let's say, and that he's been able to establish, like living with her in a day out is cool. It's good. And that she is a nice person. She's a homemaker. She's this, that. Um, the other thing is that this could just be that this is really destined, this past life relationship with Selena, and that she's sort of like the divine feminine. Okay. Let me just move that out. So you guys just take whatever hits you on that. All right. And I don't know. What the hell is he going to do about Haley? Let me just pull out some last cards. All right, guys. The Empress card came out. I don't like that. All right. Well, the Empress card came out. Typically, a lot of times this really represents Selena, like how powerful she is, how she shows up, what she commands. This typically does end up coming up to represent her. But since I happen to ask about Haley and the cards might not be answering directly, but let's say they are, there's a chance that she could very well be pregnant already. And to me, that makes the decision to bring this into a relationship. But then again, with all of the other information, I would say from the cards, I don't think that this is her actually being pregnant. I don't think that that's the case, only because there were so many of the other cards that said that Justin is shutting her out and he wants to leave, and although he's going to spend time with her, he's going to be like kind of emotionally absent. I mean, he may hug her, he may have laughs with her a little bit, but she's never going to be able to touch him. So let me just do the very final thing here. Yeah, see, again, these two cards come up. Like, she's pressing and pushing, but he has shut her out. Hello, everyone in the chat room. I'm gonna just, this keeps wanting to come out. He's like shutting her out and may definitely end end out this cycle. There's so many options here because I feel like he's swinging forth like I should end this. Maybe I shouldn't because I got really in it, and then I have to answer to the family, to the public, to this. But then there's I need to know what's going on with Selena. She needs me, you know. So he's playing with all these emotions. So it's very interesting. I never really had reading like that where somebody's all in the middle of heavy energies and they haven't fully decided what they're going to do. So the cards go here and they go there and they go here and they go there. But what's been majorly consistent is that there's this feeling of wanting to leave, wanting to sneak away, wanting to break away. But there's this obligation that he can't get out of. Um, there's also the complexity of the public, how the public will view him. There's also the real complexity, which is he doesn't know if he can get back together with Selena. So obviously, this girl is his oxygen. Like I said, she's his respite. And it seems like he doesn't have any other support system. I don't see his family. I don't see anybody in this thing. I feel like this kid is like out on a limb by himself. So obviously, he's not going to just say, look, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I have to go. You know, he's not going to do that. He doesn't know what to think with Selena. In addition to that, he's got a lot of his own issues and things like that and realizations he's coming to about how much more he could have shown up and how much more he actually had right in front of his face that he wanted in a previous union with Selena, but he hadn't been able to realize that because he was tied up in some first world problems before. But now that he's with Haley and all these other things happen to show him what's really important, he's like, wow, we really actually had something before. So I need to check myself. So there's this level of development and stuff like that, but there's also this wounding. So it's kind of like a wounded, really deeply wounded person having this realization, but needing this power and nutrients and energy in order to be able to even will themselves there. And so he's gonna need to be with Haley for a little bit, but he is trying to, what's been consistent is he's trying to think of ways to get out of that situation, in my opinion. And that finally, we will see them together for a little bit more, in my opinion, unless he changes his mind. Like I said, he could suddenly change his mind because he's still reevaluating things. Um, but that the more that he stays with her, the more unfulfilling. It's almost like, you know, taking a bite out of a sandwich that has no flavor, that tastes like sand, you know? And the more that he's with her, he's getting something, but it doesn't taste good. So it's unsatisfying each and every time. And that's what I saw the relationship going as. In addition, she cannot reach him emotionally 100%. I think that she thinks because he has so many different complex issues, you know, with the child. I think probably in her mind, she's like, well, he doesn't want to be, you know, he's overworked. He has a lot of fans. He hasn't had time to ever be a kid. I don't think she ever realizes that she will never be able to reach him fully. Because number one, she cannot reach his heart fully because his heart is truly with this soul partnership, this divine partnership with that who is Selena. Okay. All right. So, guys, I'm just going to pull actually really quickly some answers or simple cards and see if that'll guide us on this ceremony for closing. Seek an expert. Date to be happy. You believe this? This is what I'm telling you. And they told him to flirt and all this yesterday. He was told to do that. And reclaim your art. So let's all just kind of take a deep breath in and release our own drama from the day. Just one more deep breath in and release. And now let's just bring our attention to Justin and to Selena. And let's begin to set an intention to see white healing light around them. How about that? And just see them in the middle of this light, not talking, not anything, just This beautiful white diamond light, healing what needs to be healed, giving the nutrients of love that they need to receive, giving them the health that they need, helping them to release any pain that is the cause of dis-ease and also disease. Let's see them getting solace. Let's see them getting peace. And let's see them being supported by that first within themselves and then within their family and then within the overall global community and then the entire universe. Okay. If you guys want, take a deep breath in because that's a lot of energy there. Exhale and let's come back to them again. I'm wishing for them to dare to be happy, as this card says. Dare to be happy. Do what you want to do. Be with who you want to be. And also, in daring to be happy, let's ask that whatever endings that need to happen are gentle endings and for the highest benefit for everyone involved in the situation, and that everyone comes away healed, feeling good as much as possible, and that they get even higher and better in their situations. If it means being with somebody new, it's a higher and better situation for everyone involved. Okay. And then finally on this card, to ask the public. Let's speak to the consciousness of the public and the global population as well, to be able to remember, first of all, that these are three human beings and that people give grace to this young lady, Haley. First of all, give grace to her. Remember, she's a human being and does not deserve death threats. Giving grace to whatever choices and decisions that Selena and Justin make, if they decide to realize their love and that they're able to ground the love. And being able to have the grace to be able to see these people the way they need to be seen and acknowledged and truly, authentically loved. And that within our own consciousness, we are upgrading ourselves to not just look at this person as the unicorn behind the fence. Oh my God, let me get a picture with you. Remembering that this person is a soul, a human being, and has just as much need for love, attention, and true acknowledgement for who they are, not what they do or what they offer to you and I through our own personal lens. And that they could finally have that respite, have that peace, have that acknowledgement. So for us as collectively on a global level to be able to conduct ourselves better in social media, better when watching these gossip rags and things like that, and just better in our own thoughts and our thought forms toward them. Okay? And allowing space, again, space for them to dare to be happy without judgment. Okay, and then now we're going to move on to the third one. And I know that's probably a lot, so let's just all just take a deep breath in again and exhale. And then I want you to, if you're with it, take a deep breath in for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that type of thing. So we'll do it again, okay? Inhale for 5. Exhale for 7. Okay, now we're going on to reclaim your art. Okay, we're going to see, let's see pink light around Selena and Justin now. That's a healing light. That's a light of love. And in love, there's creativity. And with creativity, there's love at the bottom of it. So let's just hold the space for them to be able to take the true path that they want. Because I saw that Selena may be considering possibly if she wants to continue on, how she wants to continue on with her brand, with her career, and stuff like this, what she wants to do, what she doesn't want to do. She may very well stay the way she is, but just in case, she's reclaiming her art, reclaiming herself of her sense of identity, and that Justin is too as well. Maybe Justin wants to express himself or define himself outside of music for once, so that they reclaim their art. We'll see this pink light around them, and we'll begin to bring these wishes and blessings in. And let's channel that a little bit down into the earth's core, down, down, down into Mother Earth, the one who creates all, everything here that we subsist from, the ultimate creator in our immediate sphere. And we'll ground that intention for Justin, for Selena, and for Haley to have respite and safety as well. Okay, and just take an exhale, and together we will close this out and solidify it, and so it is for them. And if you can encourage your friends and everything to have as much grace as possible for Haley, don't clog her page or anything like that. You know, send Justin loving light, healing, clarity. Send everybody clarity. I think we'll be able to see these people be able to kind of breathe a little better, you know. So with that, I really want to thank you guys for being on this journey. You know, it's really lovely that you guys are so concerned. I don't think I've ever sustained so many followers. I mean, so many viewers at one time for long periods of time. So there's this real vested interest in this situation that's authentic. And you know, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Just keep sending light to them. If you love these people, send it to them in the morning when you think about it. Could just be one word. It doesn't have to be all complicated the way we just did it. One word, blessings in the morning. Just see them, you know, and before you go to bed, blessings at night. And then even in the middle of the day, if you're that serious about them, just do it. And you know, until the time is right for you to do something else. All right, so having said all of that, thank you all very much. I'm going to ask you one more time, if you've really felt you got something from this video, please do take a moment to hit the like button. It does actually help my channel. It helps YouTube know this video is important again, or that people are interested in it. Even with 13 likes, that's still very great, and it's much appreciated. And it also allows me to be able to bring more videos to you like this. So I'm developing my channel, and it's not just a hobby. It begins to be more of something that I can devote more serious time to, so I can bring more to you guys in this way. So please do hit the like button if you haven't already. And I'm going to go ahead and end this and bid you all a very good night, and hope that all is well. All right. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye.